What is good, Ninja? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to the PE Nintendo Switch and gaming news video with the big show E3 happening next week. Everyone is gearing up for some awesome announcements, but we do have some news to get into, so let's go ahead and jump right in. So IGN talked with Platinum Games studio lead Inaba, and he once again discusses returning to Bayonetta. So let's go ahead and get into a portion of the interview here. Quote, "We enjoyed working on Scalebound, and we want to sort of continue to explore that type of new genre. At the same time, you know, were we to continue Bayonetta, we have a certain fan base that really wants to play that kind of game. And if we were to develop that, we'd want to give them an experience that they're looking for." So this is very interesting, obviously, for many different things, because he says they enjoyed working on Scalebound, but Scalebound actually ended up getting canceled from Microsoft for various different reasons that aren't 100% known publicly, but there's some videos out there that I will link you to over from Liam Robertson Unseen 64, so check that out when you get a chance. But I was actually very upset when they decided to cancel Scalebound on the Xbox One. That was one of the main reasons why Xbox One, I was looking forward to playing a game on the system. There hasn't been many exclusives throughout the life of the Xbox One that I've been really pleased with. A lot of their games have just been kind of the cut and paste. You have like the Gears, which is Gears, you have the Halo, you have just the stuff that they've always done, and none of it's really innovative too much. But Scalebound seemed like that game, that Japanese title that was really going to break through and talk to a gamer such as myself, but it ended up getting canceled. You guys know I love Platinum Games, and that was just a horrible thing in and outright. So it's just interesting that he says that they enjoyed working on it when it ultimately got canceled. But I can probably understand, like, going through, looking what they're going to do, having that big of an action RPG. That's probably really exciting, but it's just so deflating, I guess, when you just get the rug pulled out from underneath you. Because I guarantee you that wasn't a decision that Platinum Games made. That was definitely something that Microsoft said, okay, we're done with this. And it doesn't really seem like Microsoft is going to return to Japanese gaming at all like they were with the Xbox 360, which is unfortunate. But moving on to what he said about Bayonetta. Guys, we are really gearing up. This could be a Bayonetta 3 announcement. We could get that E3. People, of course, would be hoping for the Nintendo Switch to get it. But to be honest, at this point, yes, Bayonetta 2 was an exclusive to the Wii U. But I do feel that Bayonetta 3 in general, whatever systems it comes out on, I don't necessarily care. It would be great if it was on Switch, but just as long as it comes out. This is the type of game that is extinct or going extinct. It is an endangered species. That's probably the best name for it. Stylish action like Devil May Cry, like Bayonetta, these games, you just don't see them anymore. You used to kind of see them, but they're very hard to make. They're not easy. It's not a simple thing to make a great action game with a deep combat system and expect a lot of people to pick it up and play it. We've seen the struggles that Bayonetta has even had on the original Xbox 360 and PS3, but at the same time, I think they kind of bounced back with Bayonetta 2, especially considering the install base on the Wii U and how well that game sold up to this point. So I would love to see them return to Bayonetta 3 on the Nintendo Switch if they could, and if it's an exclusive from Nintendo, they can really just kind of hunker down and focus on one platform and getting the best out of that. So we could see visuals potentially a little bit better than Bayonetta 2, or a good step above Bayonetta 2 at a locked 1080p 60 frames per second. Bayonetta 2 looked amazing on the Wii U, and that was Wii U. I mean, imagine what they can do, obviously, with the stronger systems, but the better architecture is probably the biggest thing, going from the last generation, 7th generation, where they're dealing with Xbox 360, they're dealing with PS3, they're dealing with the Wii U in the 8th generation, now going to Nintendo Switch. I think they could do wonders with that type of hardware. Now, we know that Platinum Games is an official developer for the Nintendo Switch, so we could see a Bayonetta 3 announcement, but that is not guaranteed. that is not anything that's like 100% or anything like that. So don't hype yourself up to thinking just because of these comments here that there's going to be a Bayonetta 3 no matter what. That might not happen at all. We might not see anything. Maybe he's leading us to believe something that's going to be at a Nintendo Direct. We'll see what happens in the end. I'm hoping there's going to be an announcement at E3 at Nintendo's Spotlight event. That would be so cool if, like, hey, we have a trailer for you guys, and it just shows off Bayonetta 3 running on the Switch. Well, you know, we can hope and pray. Hopefully my dreams come true, but definitely nothing is confirmed at this point. Alright, and moving into the last article here. Analyst says that the Nintendo Switch could drive a higher attach rate and earnings than the Wii. Now, this is coming from analyst Atul Goyal, and he says, quote, Switch has turned out to be a stealth hit and is positioned to drive Wii-type, the company's last successful console, which is weird. Does he mean home console? I'm thinking he's saying that. Software sales and profit cycle. Switch's appeal to core gamers versus Wii to casual gamers is likely to drive higher attach rate and higher earnings than the Wii era. Nintendo is also actively targeting and courting its core gamers with a very powerful game lineup in the year one of the Switch's launch. We believe this is the most powerful and attractive lineup of any Nintendo game console ever. And the reason why I want to talk about this, not because he's an analyst saying all this stuff, but what he's saying is absolutely 100% true, especially at the end there. This is the most powerful and attractive lineup of any Nintendo game console ever. For the 1 year, absolutely. Go back and look at the 3DS, go back and look at the N64, heck, even look at the Super Nintendo. Go back and look at all Nintendo's consoles and see if you can find this many hits in 2017 as you did in previous years for that first year. And we're not even talking about a year till next year, March. We're talking about the first 9 months of the system's life. We have multiple big titles such as Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We have ARMS, Splatoon 2, Xenoblade 2, Project Octopath. We have Mario Odyssey. There's going to be Fire Emblem Warriors. There is a ton of games coming out. Plus ports as well, such as Monster Hunter. We're getting a ton of great indie titles such as Thumper, more stuff that's a little bit bigger but kind of still indie like NBA Playgrounds. Shantae Half Genie Hero is coming out very soon. I should be streaming that game at some point. There are just a lot of games, and even stuff that came over from PS4 that we saw pretty much all PlayStation last generation and up to this generation, like Disgaea 5. That's already out on there. Getting more fighting games as well. The Pokken Tournament announcement, and also Ultra Street Fighter 2 The Final Challengers. So there's just a bigger variety. There's more styles of games, and there's definitely more Nintendo first-party content and higher quality first-party content than we have ever seen. Now that is of course aided by ports that came from the Wii U, but that's not the Nintendo Switch's fault that Nintendo was smart enough to supplement their console with really good games, because a lot of people didn't buy a Wii U. So Nintendo decided that, hey, we're going to put those games out there, and that year one is awesome. And people have talked about the ports compared to everything else, and I'm looking at Mario Odyssey, I'm looking at ARMS, I'm looking at Splatoon 2, I'm looking at Octopath, I'm looking at the No More Heroes game that was announced, new Fire Emblem that was announced, Shin Megami Tensei that was announced. I'm looking at a lot of stuff out there, not even including indie titles, but bigger developed games, first party from Nintendo and third party partners that are coming out that are definitely not Wii U ports, while we're getting the best games that the Wii U got in terms of porting with better frame rates, in addition to better resolution and more features all around for those who didn't buy it the first time. So to me, that's supplementing the system, making the system sell more, and making it far more attractive, because a lot of people like what they saw with the Wii U, but they did not like the console. So it only makes sense to do what they're doing, and the sales don't lie. You can disagree, but the sales don't lie when it comes to what Nintendo is doing. Having Zelda at launch was a good idea. Having Mario Kart a month later was a good idea. Like, those are all good ideas. Having Pokken Tournament is a good idea. Another online multiplayer fighting game that really had a lot of issues technical with the Wii U, and it's coming after a lot of great games, brand new original ones like Splatoon 2 and ARMS on the Nintendo Switch. So I'm excited about the lineup. I think this is much better than the Wii U, because if you go back to that system, we're talking about Nintendo Land and New Super Mario Bros. And that was it for about months on end until we got Monster Hunter and Lego City, which we already got Lego City beforehand on the Nintendo Switch. I didn't even mention that. The Lego City came out in April as well. So yeah, the first 4 months blows away. Heck, the first 3 months kind of blows away the Nintendo Wii U. And I'm not saying that out of spite or anything, because I think there's a lot of great games on the Nintendo Wii U, but the Switch is just a different beast altogether. It has a much better plan. Nintendo is attacking the fan base as far as what they want a lot faster, and the concept is a lot better. So it's just all working out in Nintendo's favor. And yeah, we could definitely see a lot higher attach rates. How many games do you guys own? I'm looking at my Nintendo Switch, and I have well more than 10 games. I think I have like 12 to 15, somewhere in that range. So there's a lot of great content coming. And we also have ARMS coming out next week on Friday. So that's another brand new original game, new IP, online multiplayer fighting game out there, competitive social game that you can play with your friends, you can play with your family. So I'm really excited about what Nintendo's doing. They're bringing up the first party games. They're clicking with the fan base. And for guys like me who wanted more online titles, more stuff like ARMS, more stuff like Splatoon, all that type of stuff earlier in the Wii U's life, more core games, less mini game collections, more core games, we're definitely getting that. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description below. Social media, we've got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on all of our accounts. That really helps to spread the content of PlayerEssence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also make sure you check out our Patreon page. Got a lot of awesome rewards there, from Discord voice chat to our live streams, monthly entries to giveaways, prized eShop tournaments for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and so much more. So check out the Patreon page and support PE Live and PE Arena right here on PlayerEssence. Also make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you ninja for the next video. Peace.